Well, good morning, Dr. Gevirtz. How are you?
Hi.
Good to see you. Thanks for joining us again today.
Thanks.
Especially, I just wanted to chat a little following your selection by your peers as the Anesthesiologist of the Year. So what do you think about that?
I was very honored that my colleagues, who I think are heroes themselves, chose me to be Anesthesiologist of the Year.
Well, those of us who know you are really not surprised. So, I know you've been practicing for 3 decades at least, and, in the inpatient and the outpatient settings. And I know that you must have seen a lot of changes over the decades. So can you share your thoughts about a little of the changes you've seen since you first started and until now?
I think there's a major shift from doing things in the hospital to doing things in surgery centers and even in offices, and dramatic improvements in safety in doing anesthesia over that time period. But the ability to do things in the office and in quick little surgery centers has dramatically changed anesthesia. People go in, get their procedure, and they walk home or go home that same day. Very dramatic length of stay changes, and it's amazing what you can do in a surgery center and in an office.
Yeah, and I would imagine that the safety factor is just, it's unbelievable, because you don't have to worry really as much about HAIs or things like that, right?
Correct. Yeah, we are very scrupulous in how we handle our medications and how we handle administering antibiotics in the office, and that has not been a big issue at all.
Good. It's so great to hear. It makes me comfortable anyway, should I have to ever go in, God forbid. So, recently I was on the internet and somebody sent me 2 pieces that mentioned you. One was from Tulane, I think it was their newsletter, and I know that that's your alma mater. And the other was an anesthesiology, it was on the anesthesiology news website. They have quoted you on that. So how did those 2 pieces come about?
Well, with Tulane, I'm on the board of governors of the medical school. And this was the anniversary of the MD MPH program. And I was able to relate how the MPH has helped me in my career and what I think the future is for public health. In a time of COVID, I think people are much more aware of the importance of public health. And with respect to Anesthesiology News, I'm happy to serve on the editorial board there. And that particular piece was about the need for increased safety when doing pain blocks. We're finding that a lot of accidents are happening in patients who are oversedated for pain blocks. The majority of things like epidurals and facet blocks do not need sedation, do not need patients to be heavily sedated. And that's what's leading into problems.
Interesting. Well, they certainly picked the right person to seek advice from, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Before I let you go, I was wondering if you could share some more thoughts on where you think the specialty is headed, and what advice you might give to a resident or a medical student who's thinking about heading into anesthesiology.
I think the first thought is it's really important to have a long-term view. You don't want to burn yourself out working in some very intense situations. I think that work-life balance is extremely important. That's actually one of the strengths of the office-based and ambulatory field, is that you go home each night. You're not on call every weekend, every holiday. It just allows you to see your kids grow up, allows you to spend more time with your spouse and do some hobbies and things like that, which is really important for the long haul anesthesiologist. You don't really want to burn yourself out doing the most intense cases day after day.
Right. Well, I hope that some students who are thinking about getting into anesthesiology will listen to this, because I'd like to put this up on our website in our career section, if you don't mind, so that they can benefit from what you're saying.
Great, thank you.
Thanks for coming around and being with us today.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
You have a great day. Bye.
Bye.